some of these neat toys.
I'm going to introduce the folks here. So we've got Keith Plegeman. This is Keith. He's a paramedic. He's also an instructor for our USAR team and with FEMA. We've got Jared Johnson. He's a firefighter off of the ladder unit there. And we've got Chad Johnson, who's also Chad Gopperson, who's also a paramedic, working off of our ambulance. And so we'll take you a tour and show you some of the equipment here in just a moment. This is kind of the day room area. Firefighters, we live here for 48 hours at a time. 3 rotations. We've got A, B, and C platoon. And so you're here for 48 hours. The next platoon comes on. They're here for 48 hours, and it just continues to rotate through all 3 of those platoons. And but because we're here, we've got to have dormitories and kitchenettes and all sorts of the standards that you'd have at your own home. Down this hall is where all the dorms are, and everyone's got their own room. That's kind of nice. We have a floor watch area. It's where basically all the reporting and other things get done, firefighters. And then coming out here to the bay, this is the ladder unit we were talking about earlier. And the difference between a ladder response unit and an engine is primarily it's got the big ladder on top, and so that's how you'll know. So when people say fire truck versus fire engine, the trucks or ladders have these big ladders on top. The engines have a bigger pump, well, not so much bigger pump, but a bigger tank and higher pump capacity and more hose. So these guys are responsible a lot more for ventilation and salvage and overhaul and rescue, whereas the firefighters are more responsible for fire suppression and putting out the fire. What we do is medical response. And so we have fire ambulances as well. These paramedics are also trained as firefighters. That's their first love. But we respond to any of the given needs, anywhere between what we call the alpha calls, just the basic, falls or minor injuries, all the way through cardiac arrests, being able to push medications, and working with the hospitals in order to try to bring someone back. And then my little red wagon, that's called a fire SUV. That's another. That's not nearly as fun as what these guys drive.
I like that one.
Okay.